Hey everybody, thanks for joining today. Contentious topic today that's very relevant to what Nikon and Canon have recently done with their new mirrorless offerings. Is the DSLR truly dead, or is it here to stay at least for a while or even a long while? Now, in 2 weeks, I'm going to make a very serious, and it will be serious, editorial piece about whether or not I think the DSLR is dead. That's coming up in 2 weeks, like I said. What I'm interested in is your comments on the topic, because I'm not entirely inflexible about my opinions. I'd love to see some good points made in favor of DSLRs being here to stay for a while and in favor of mirrorless really taking over and being the better option and where the money is going to go. Now, let's face it, the manufacturers are going to follow the money, so we all get to vote with our currency of choice. But one individual person isn't going to make the difference. It's where we think the industry is going, and do we agree that that's the right answer? I'm interested in all those things on the comments to help with shape my own opinions that I'm going to deliver to you right here in 2 weeks from today, on Tuesday. So let's get into it now. The mirror's there because with film-based interchangeable lens SLR cameras, it was the way to truly see through the lens. There were other options available like rangefinder style cameras, but by and large, in up till current day, if you want to see exactly through the lens in an optical fashion, you're using an SLR or DSLR camera that has a mirror. I truly believe and agree with Nikon's statement. I forget their exact wording, but when they were launching the Z series of cameras and talking about the Z mount, they first talked about the D850 being a very perfect incarnation of the digital SLR. And I truly believe and agree with that. Frankly, I'm not sure there's much more you can do. I know some of you will have some ideas, but I'm not sure there's much more that the manufacturers can do or are going to do when it comes to innovation on DSLRs. The features we've wanted, the features we've asked for, have made it into the cameras. The menus are more extensive than ever. They're on the higher end cameras. There's controls and hard buttons and dials all over the place. There's more function buttons than ever. There didn't used to be any. Maybe you could reconfigure a button or two. Now you can really make those digital SLR cameras the way that you like them and deliver the results that you expect. Now, we don't have a D850 here in the studio. We've got a D500, which is very similar, but it's a cropped sensor. We have a D810, which is the previous incarnation. We're very comfortable using those. We use those every single day. I'm filming right now with a digital SLR, the Canon SL2. It does a great job. You turn it on, you start shooting video, and the video usually looks great. I tweaked a couple of the default settings, and here I am filming right now. In fact, the SL2 works phenomenally as both a mirrored camera and as a mirrorless camera. What I've seen with the latest crop of DSLRs, especially from Canon, with the stellar video autofocus, is you've got the mirrorless features built in to these DSLRs. You can very much use the SL2 as a mirrorless camera. The mirror gets out of the way when you want it to, when it needs to use it in a very mirrorless mode. It leaves me kind of wondering, why do we still need the mirror if these DSLRs can perform so well as mirrorless cameras? Don't get me wrong, I love a good optical viewfinder. Fuji's done a great job in some of their cameras of delivering both. I've got the X100F where I can choose optical, I can choose electronic, and I can use optical with an electronic overlay. That's pretty good. It's the best of both worlds when I want it. I've been using that camera primarily with the electronic viewfinder in recent months, which isn't how I started using it. I was very much in the first couple months with it, using it with the optical viewfinder. It's helped change my mind a little bit. We've seen phenomenal viewfinders firsthand here with the Nikon Z7, and then before that with the Leica SL. It's almost confusing now when you pick up a mirrorless camera with a very, very good electronic viewfinder. For a second, it kind of takes my mind a minute to adjust. Am I seeing this for real or am I seeing this through the image processing? It can be tough to tell depending on what camera you have. Now, you may agree with me or not, but Sony's really been out front from a mirrorless standpoint. They've put that optical viewfinder away and they've said mirrorless is the way. We're going to be using this computerized camera, fully computerized camera, to deliver the features, functions, and image quality that you'd expect. And there's no debating it. They've been way out front in that regard. They've gotten rid of the mirror and they haven't looked back. Now, 10, 15 years ago, the discussion was, is film dead? And it is and it isn't. It certainly has its niche market, and that F6 is still available for purchase, but it's definitely in this kind of long-term sustainment mode where you're not seeing any innovation or new film cameras announced, at least not at the high-end consumer and professional end. There's some that you can play with. There's even instant cameras still, much like the Polaroids of yesterday. So I'm going to wrap it up for today. I'm not going to play all my cards today because I'm still working on some of my cards to deliver a video to you in 2 weeks on this same topic. Again, fill in those comments. Let me know what you think. If you think I think the DSLR is dead, change my mind in those comments. If you think that I think the DSLR still has a lot of life left in it and you're in the mirrorless camp, change my mind too. Let's have some good discussion down there. I'll personally get involved in the comments and we'll see where it goes. And then I'll be bringing that editorial to you in 2 weeks from today. Thanks everybody. Have a great day.